So I have to just talk about this experience I had today, and I was humbled spiritually today. You know, a woman, I was on a pack job today. I don't normally do this, but, my partner needed help, and I was like, of course I'm gonna help. And so, anyways, we went and packed military, and the mother of the customer humbled me with her kindness. And her treatment of equality, you know what I mean? Like, she had things organized and all kind of like, and it was so easy to pack, as far as like, they already had, she had things sorted, and like she did a phenomenal job. Like, she did such a good job, and she was so kind and so, happy that she did a good job. I'm like, this is great. Like, wow. And got us lunch, made sure we had water, turned the fan on while I was, and stuff. Like, this beautiful woman, okay? And even at the end, gave us a tip and said thank you, and thank you with a heartfelt thank you. And like, her beautiful spirit needed to come on my path, because I thought, as while I was packing, would you say the things that you say in your videos to this woman? Fuck no. She's fucking sweet. You know what I mean? She's not looking at me with the heart of heart of inequality, looking at me like I'm nothing, treating me like I'm nothing. This woman treated me with respect. Of course, I would not say that to her, you know? And I just want to, like, Spirit put this situation, this experience on my journey to remind me that because you say what you say, you deny yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't go to the whatever. I just, like, you know what I mean? Like, and because I'm just like, man, I feel like a hypocrite. Like, I'm gonna go eat your food, but I'm talking about, the programming, and that, and all that stuff. So whatever. So, you know, I know that I'm nothing negative will happen as a result of what I say, and the way I say it, it's like getting people to humble themselves and to remind themselves they're prideful about a lot of fucked up shit, about lighter skin, about more money, more drive than others. Well, in a fucking money, sex, power system, you're gonna have people who are mentally ill, who are in addictions, who are suffering because of trauma they experienced in this money, sex, power system, in this Americanized, civilized society. You know what I mean? And the goal is equality, understanding you're equal to everybody, not better than or not less than. And I'm so grateful for the experience I had today, And, but also, that was I'm like, dang, Spirit, that's such a beautiful way to put on my face. Maybe you need to communicate better with these people. And not, but yes, you brought awareness to the programming and the effects of programming, and how inequality, deeper in survival mode, creates deeper supremacy or deeper misogynistic beliefs. Which is the reason why the dude that called me and said that he had my sister, or and I trying to, like, get me to go there or send money or some shit, and then I told him off, and then he said he was from the Sinaloa. Oh, he identified himself as the guy from Sinaloa cartel. And it was like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, he said he was going to lick my crack until I. Are you kidding me? How misogynistic is that? Because the survival mode. You understand? The more carnal. You know, and we need a better fucking world. We need a better world on this planet, and we do this by believing we can create a better world with equality. Because that's the truth. And what prevents that? Inequality. And the belief systems of inequality, which is church and state. All right? Your government and your religion. When you peel back the layers of the United States government, you're going to realize they hide a lot of shit. It's not transparent. And in spiritual war, the reason why this is crumbling and it's telling you, oh, we're on ceasefire, whatever lie United States is feeding to the people instead of the truth that Iran, they should have never fucked with Iran. And so this system tells us lies to believe, so that we believe what this system is trying to tell us what to believe, to control us, to keep us. Anyways, that's too deep of a talk right now. And I don't want to go into that really, but you know, church and state is something that needs to crumble. And in this revolution, which is spiritual, we have to deprogram the lies that's been fed to us, and that's church and state. If it depends, if the belief system's universal, and that's consciousness, how we view ourselves, our world, and what we believe to be divinity, which is ourselves, because we are divine sparks, determines where we're at energetically. But also how we would, a lot of things in this money, sex, power system, if we are lustful and promiscuous and shit, and if we are gluttonous, and if we are spiteful, if we are, you know, wrathful, and we are, you know, just greedy and apathetic, okay, that affects our ascension to a higher state of consciousness. And so, anyways, I'm grateful for the experience, and I would not say the things I say in my videos to this woman's face, or behind, or speak in that way from this point on, unless someone comes at me in a way like, you know, whatever, that I'm gonna probably would explain why I say what I'm saying and affirm what I'm saying about supremacy and misogyny that's heightened in survival mode. And what brings that? Christianity, state, colonizing beliefs that gets us to believe some are better than others, which makes it a bitch to get to a place of equality, to understand that every part of consciousness is having their own experience on this planet.